Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. First time ever, 20 minutes late. So sorry. Hi, I'm Stephanie Fine, Dr. Stephanie Fine, Chief Physician at Maintenance University, here to talk to you about how to stop overeating. And it's sort of a part two. Last week, we talked about stopping overeating also, which led us to the hunger scale. Now, last week, can you see that? Last week I thought it was not backwards, and it was. So I have no idea if this is backwards or not. But you can get one of these for free at stephaniefinemd.com/hunger, or you can just make one yourself. And what we talked about specifically last time was the comfort zone between -2, which is just hungry, and +2, which is satisfied. That's the key word. Satisfied, not full. A lot of us are used to eating till full, and that makes it difficult to lose weight. So when we learn what satisfied is, which means we're not hungry, we are literally satisfied, then we can go on with our day and eat again when we're just hungry. And actually, that ends up being the right amount of food for us, and we get to be at a natural weight. I know it sounds mystical because it's such a hard lesson to learn for those of us who don't listen to our bodies for so many reasons. We're really busy, we have a million things to do, all that stuff. But I promise you, tuning into it totally works, and it's worth doing. It's worth practicing, and that's what we were talked about last time. Practice, practice, practice. So hopefully you've practiced. Now I wanted to talk to you about a couple tips about how to actually stop the eating and satisfied. So you may have acknowledged, oh, I'm satisfied now, but that doesn't always mean we stop eating. That's the sticking point, right? So noticing you're satisfied and then stopping eating. So number one thing, and this is overeating at meals, this is what we're fixing here, which is eat not distracted. Means not in front of the TV, not reading a book, not scrolling through whatever. It's just sitting with your food and eating it. And now there's a million fantastic reasons to do that. You taste your food, you relax, you like your digestion is great. Like you're not wolfing it down usually. Like there's so many wonderful things about that. But for our purposes right here, it's about not. It's about being able to tune in to hear the signals about when you're satisfied. So distraction free as much as possible. Particularly, and you can just do that while you're learning this. That would be really important. It's always a good idea, and it honestly will get you where you're going if you want to lose weight. But regardless, distraction-free makes it easier to tune in. A couple other things make it easier. Putting food on a small plate. And that's in service of having a smaller amount of food. So it's not that you can't get more food. You certainly can. But if you start off with less food, then you have a better chance of then, needing to stop. If you wanted to get more food, you have to ask yourself, oh, am I satisfied? Do I need more food? It's awesome. Another way to do that is to put a timer on for a certain number of minutes, like let's say 5 minutes after you eat or 10 minutes after you eat, depending on how fast you eat. Then you will use that alarm or that idea and then check in. So we're looking to check in, which is something we often don't do. The only time we check in is if the plate is empty. And if we've put too much food on there you are. Then we've overeaten. The other thing to think about is slowing down your food eating, meaning you're chewing more, you're swallowing more, you're putting the fork down. A lot of the times we'll just put a forkful in and then put another forkful in without sort of slowing down enough to be able to see if we're satisfied. All this, I'm sure you know all these things, but they're really helpful to hear again because they actually let you tune in to find out that +2, which is super important in terms of overeating, right? Because we don't want to overeat. We want to eat what our body needs, and then our natural weight will emerge if we keep doing it over and over and over and over. So one of the overeatings is for meals, at mealtime. I want to just touch on the other overeating, which is binge eating, which is eating without any regard for how our body is feeling. We'll just keep shoveling it in. The one way you can use the hunger scale for that is to notice that you're not hungry in the first place to even start. I'm not saying it's going to fix every binge, but what if it fixes 20% of them or half of them? when you can say to yourself, I am definitely not hungry, it makes less and less sense to go get food. It doesn't always make sense, right? Sometimes the binges are coping mechanisms, and there's emotional eating. There's a lot of other stuff going on. But if we can stop ourselves long enough to stay conscious and ask ourselves, "Oh, we're not full. I mean, we're not hungry, so I don't need food." It gives us a moment to think, "What do I need? I'm anxious right now. I'm sad right now. I'm lonely right now. I'm bored." Whatever it is, we can then fix it with the appropriate thing. Again, it doesn't always work. Practice helps. And asking yourself if you're hungry does wonders. So definitely give it a try. Really good to see you. And I will see you next week. We'll have some more fun tips on how to stay at the weight you want or lose weight. That's what we talk about here. Bye.